This is 3 News Daily.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Daily. I'm Stephanie Haney on this Monday, October 24th. Thank you for being with us for the top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. And we start today with heartbreaking news this afternoon. There was a high school shooting in St. Louis that happened this morning, and 3 people have died, and that includes the shooter. Reports say shortly after 9 a.m., police learned of a suspect inside Central Visual and Performing Arts High School. Police believe the suspect was around 20 years old. He was taken into custody inside the school and was pronounced dead shortly after. The 2 victims are an adult woman and a teenage girl. As of now, their identities have not been released. The rest of the students and staff were evacuated and reunited with their parents and family at Gateway STEM High School. We have the full story on WKYC.com. Now, here in Akron, police are investigating the shooting death of a 16-year-old boy. Police say the victim and 3 other teens were walking down Dodge Avenue on Saturday. The group allegedly got into an argument, and the 16-year-old was shot several times. As of now, no arrests have been made. This is a developing story. We'll continue to update you here on 3, on WKYC Plus, and on WKYC.com. And we do have an update for you out of Massillon this afternoon. New details have been released after another incident at the Indian River Juvenile Correctional Facility. On Saturday, 12 boys took control of one section of the building, created a barricade, and refused to let employees leave. Now we know how that happened. According to the Ohio Department of Youth Services, one of the boys took keys from a youth specialist and used them to unlock doors to other teens' rooms.
During discussions, the youth indicated they were armed with makeshift weapons created from items inside the school, as well as tools from the vocational construction classroom.
Now all 12 teens will face new charges, and 6 of them have been moved to the Stark County Jail. The Department of Youth Services also says that after Saturday's incident, there will be more security staff, guards will be wearing body cameras, and they will all receive extra pay. Now remember, last week we told you about a guard who was put in the hospital after being attacked by a boy in the facility. David Upshaw was at work for about an hour last Tuesday night when his wife says a boy attacked him from behind, took his radio and beat him with it, took his keys, and let other boys out of their rooms. He told her one of the kids put tape and a piece of paper on a hinge in a door so that it wouldn't latch so that boy would be able to get out. David is 60 years old. He's an Army veteran and a retired Lawrence Township police officer. He is recovering now. Okay, now we're going to switch gears to a story of people coming together here in Cleveland to help out Guardians icon John Adams. John has been dealing with health issues and living in a nursing home before his health took a turn. John never missed a home game. He was always there, beating his drum in the bleachers. So friends and family got together to host a fundraiser for the Guardians' most dedicated fan. This was at the West Bank Golf Club in Cleveland, and they raised $2,500. Here's what Brian Kenny from Barstool Cleveland had to say about it.
Found out what was happening with John Adams. We had to try and do something, anything we can do to bring attention to this. He's one of our own. He's a great Clevelander, and this is a fantastic cause. Everything is going poorly, and we want to make it better as much as we can.
They are doing just that because every single penny raised will help cover John's expenses. That includes physical therapy equipment and making sure his home can accommodate a wheelchair when he gets to go back there. And now let's talk about our question of the day. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is up to $625 million, and that makes it the 8th largest grand prize in the game's history. So we want to know, how does the prize money, how high does that prize money need to get in order for you to buy a ticket and play? Now, you know, for me, I've been doing this Powerball experiment for almost a year now, so I'm playing every week regardless, but $625 million, that's something that I could get pretty excited about. I'm usually somebody who plays when the office decides to buy a ticket and throws in on it that way otherwise. Not really a casual player if it weren't for this experiment. But I want to know how you like to play. Is it enough for you? Post your comment on the WKYC Facebook page, and we'll talk about it during What's New at 4 o'clock. Okay, I might be wearing orange today, but it is not a victory Monday for Browns fans. After losing to Baltimore yesterday, 23-20, the Browns have been on a 4-game losing streak, and like so many of those losses, the final moments were so frustrating. They had a chance to tie with a field goal, but what I'm going to call a questionable penalty pushed them back out of range, and then the kick got partially blocked. Amari Cooper also got called for offensive pass interference. That certainly did not help. So now the Browns are 2-5 as the Bengals get ready to come to Cleveland on Halloween for Monday Night Football. Hopefully that's not so scary for us. And on the flip side, it is Victory Monday for Cavaliers fans. Cleveland hosted the Washington Wizards in last night's home opener and got the W in overtime. The Cavs led for most of the game. Donovan Mitchell scored a total of 37 points, and the Cavs outscored the Wizards 14-4 in overtime to get that win. The final score was 117-107, and Cleveland now sits at 2-1, and they are welcoming the Orlando Magic to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse on Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, the baby gorilla at the Cleveland Metroparks Zoo is celebrating his first birthday. Little Kayembe turns 1 on October 26th, and he is the first ever gorilla born at the Cleveland Metroparks Zoo in its 140-year history, and he is precious. Kayembe is thriving with his mama, and to celebrate his first birthday, the zoo just announced its first children's book. It's called Baby K's Big Day, and proceeds of this book will help support the construction of a future primate exhibit. You can get a copy at the Zoo Gift Shop and other Cleveland Metroparks nature shops. How about that? 1 year old, and he's already got his first book. I would have to say, that's pretty impressive. I think he deserves it. All right, thanks for being here for 3 News Daily today. We will be back tomorrow with more of your top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. And if you're not watching this on WKYC Plus on your Fire TV and your Roku, make sure you download it. We'll see you back here tomorrow.